Yo, 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 what up, Yu-Gi-Ohers, YouTube.com players? It is your boy, John McGarrett's back with another video. I've been in a hiatus on this channel, but I am starting anew, coming back fresh. Didn't know what to make for a video, so this is going to be my deck profile from a Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression series that we used to play in. Pretty good. We got from LOD to Labyrinth of Nightmare, I believe. And this is my first place winning deck from Labyrinth of Nightmare. And I'm going to break it down, everything um, from the series. So I'm going to come down here. I think this is a good side. No, it's not a good side. The good side's over here. Yep. High quality entertainment. Here we go. So this is Labyrinth of Nightmare 4-0, undefeated. I think how it went is the first set, Legend of Blue Eyes. I got fourth place. I think we had about 8 players, I want to say, just spitballing. And then from there on out, every time you won a series, the runner of the progression series allowed you to pick one card, a playset, to carry with you if you won. Or choose, what was the other one? I forgot what the other prize was. It wasn't as good, so I didn't care. Oh, you got to move one card on the ban list. You got to move it. So you can move it from ban to limited, limited to semi-limited, etc. That was the other power. So I played to win after that. Once that was established, I did not want to lose because I knew if I kept playing to win and just came, I turned into like Survivor about it. I was getting everybody's details about the decks or polls. I wanted to like whatever. And here we are. I was just the winner, and I just never stopped winning until I decided to quit, and then everybody else quit. But this was the last, I think, Labyrinth of Nightmare, if I remember correctly. So the list was Clown Control. I didn't pull so good in the heavy lineup here, but as you can see, I'll just break it down, and then we'll just talk about the list. But I had Double Crass, one Dream Clown, and their effects are, when this card is changed from defense position to attack position, return one monster in your opponent's side of the field to the hand. And that works while they're set and then flip to face up attack position. So it's a very powerful card. Not as good as Dream Clown, but you could bounce back a tribute summon, and like in this like controlled slow format, this was still a really strong card. So I played as much as I had. I only pulled one Dream Clown, so that's why I was very, very on the fence about this. I had this Dark Beat, Earth Beat, Light Beat, Light Water Beat. Yeah, and like I was very on the fence about what deck I was even going to play because I had only the one Dream Clown, but then I ultimately settled on playing the Dream Clown, the Clown Control variant, because this card's effect was just too good. And then other cards in the deck, or other cards in my card pool from the draft that we pulled. If people aren't aware, progression is where we played with 24 packs per set, and you can only build your deck from the 24 packs pulled from that set. And then if you won based on your wins, you would get tournament packs. That's how that works. And then you would be able to build your deck based off what you pulled or whatever. Whatever. So we had Dream Clown at 1. But then I played the Giant Rat. I only pulled one Giant Rat. It was very unfortunate. So this like engine was very, very small. This was my main engine here. And then double Hain just because the effect was really strong. Legend of Blue Eyes, I believe this was pulled in, and I had a playset of them. And this card really carried me through a lot of games because, you'd see stuff like Jinzo, you'd see stuff like Curse of Dragon. You just see these big monsters and Hain. Or if like they'd set, you'd flip your Hain to flip or send their set back to their hand, and then you could poke for damage or whatever. Hain just came in a lot of like, it dealt with a lot of things. This is a very powerful effect because of the limited amount of cards that were in play in the progression series. So it's just such a super strong card. I pulled a Jinzo, and I almost lost to this card because I play such a heavy trap lineup. And this card, I was super underrated, and I was super on the fence about it. But then when I was doing some test duels with a friend of mine, and I almost lost to this card because it had me locked for a long time. I ultimately decided to play it because Jinzo is just a really good card. 24-1 tribute is pretty strong, especially for this controlled format. And it's just like you're done, son. Like whatever powerful traps my friends pulled, I think like a couple had like Mirror Force and Michizuri, just better cards than me when it came to the trap lineup. You'll see most of the power from my deck came from me winning series. Then after that, I played double Kaiku because Kaiku was really strong because you could banish cards from your opponent's graveyard, and it just prevented your opponent from banishing cards. I don't know if anybody had any Chaos cards, but this card was just really good because I forgot what it was, but this ended up being a really good card to banish. I think if I don't remember correctly, but this was very important for me to play this card at 2. Plus, it was just a 4-star beat stick with 1800 attack, which was like hard to fill slots in a lot of people's decks. Like a 4-star 1800 was like super super powerful, and if you pulled a lot of like cards like 7-colored fish, Zombra the Dark, etc., you'd be in a really really good position. Dark Elf, whatever that's called, mystical elf, but the dark one, stuff like that. Then I was playing double Mystic Tomato because I had double Sanguine, obviously, and then like you could recruit into Crass Clown. Plus, it was just like the recruiter cards were just. I was really hoping to pull a crap ton of recruiter cards since they were all rares, but I didn't pull that many. But Mystic Tomato was super powerful. Obviously, Mystic Tomato into a Sanguine was just the cream of the crop, the bread and butter. It was the old Burning Abyss. If anybody knows Burning Abyss, watching this, this is the cream of the crop, like bread and butter combo. I didn't pull Witch of the Black Forest. Other players pulled like double Sanguine, triple Sanguine, double Witch, or triple Sanguine, one Witch, or 3 Witch, 1 Sanguine. So their floater engines were a lot better than mine. So this was difficult for me, but I had an okay floater engine, and this was like really, really, really consistent, really nice. Then I played double Zombra the Dark just to have that 2100 beat stick option. Just like this plus Kaiku was just strong cards to play. I think I might have had 3, but I don't remember. I remember also, too, I didn't want to play too many 4-stars because of a card down in my side deck I'll get to when I get there, hopefully. But Zombra the Dark, it's just a one-of. It's kind of like a Cyber Dragon or normal summon, your big beater. Sling over the big monster, you know what I'm saying? You got, like, your equip spells. You have, like, Stim Pack, if anybody knows what that is. It's just an equip there's Warrior, the Warrior Sword. There's just different things that you can make Zombra really big, really fast. Make it. There's a Mystic Plasma Zone a lot of people had, so you can make this card really good. Dark Beat was really strong. I think a couple people played Dark Beat in this as well. I have a Dark Hole. Dark Hole, obviously staple. A lot of people didn't remember. Also, too, the other rule to this format, our format for progression, is that the losers got to ban and limit. So, like, a lot of people were banning the cards I played. Like, they limited Gravity Bind down here. I was seeing a lot of bans to my shit, but a lot of people did not realize I was the only person that pulled Dark Hole because I think. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying I think. I didn't play Dark Hole except for when I absolutely had to, so that it wasn't. I tried to play cards that I tried to use these cards as least as possible. Didn't just like drop it as soon as I got it, unless I absolutely had to, just to lower the chances that people would remember Dark Hole when they were trying to think of cards to ban. And this card made it through multiple ban lists. As you can see, I think this is from Legend of Blue Eyes, but there was other cards like Monster Reborn, Swords of Revealing Light, etc., that people were banning instead because I had those cards as well. Fissure got hit because I had 3. Fissure, whatever. Fissure was really good. And then now we're going to get to my favorite card of this format, which was Eki Bayu Drakmord. A lot of people in this set format did not realize how powerful this card is, and I understand that why they didn't understand how powerful this card is, because I did win Mystical Space Typhoon. This was my best pick. I didn't know if people would ban Mystical Space Typhoon, but I just picked it, and I didn't play a whole 3 of them most of the time, unless I absolutely had to. As you can see, 2 are down on the side deck because I didn't want people to see that I had a whole play set and thought I just maybe pulled 1, so they didn't think of it as too much of a threat. Anyway, plus there's not a lot of cards that I needed outs for, so these normally didn't come out. But Eki Bayu Drakmord is the best card of this format because there was not a lot of back row destruction. Some people had Dust Tornado, some people had MST. There's other, like, Armed Ninja, I believe, was a slow version of Spell Killers. But Eki Bayu Drakmord, let me just read it. The equipped monster cannot attack, so it's a bad Fiendish chain off the bat, you know what I'm saying? So you could just slap it on a Jinzo, you could slap it on whatever, and you could just stop it from attacking. That was almost as powerful, essentially as powerful as Fiendish Chain because of the low amount of effects in this format. It was a super powerful card, but now let's just keep reading. Destroy the equipped monster at the end of the controller's second turn after this card is activated. At that time, the card is returned to the owner's hand. Overpowered, bro, because all these duels, because they're so slow, because of the limited amount of power in this format, duels usually went 20 cards, went 20 turns. So I was getting +2s, +3s, +4s off of this card alone. Plus, you're digging that far into your deck. I often saw 2 or 3, and this was way too much presence, way too much spot control that nobody else, everybody missed it. And that's why I swept this series here, and I was going to keep this in going forward. Though I do predict, I would predict that they would have banned this card outright. I would have banned this card outright because this is way too strong. With the limited amount of back roll removal, this card won me every single game, hands down, easy peasy lemon squeezy, even more so than the cards I won going forward. So then we got MST. Kind of speaks for itself. Deals with a lot of problem cards. People are playing stall. They're doing weird stuff. Random bird cards and stuff like that. MST just did really well versus that shit. Then I pulled double Rush Recklessly. This is like the Forbidden Lance of this, and this was such a super powerful card. Rush Recklessly with a Zambra, really strong. Rush Recklessly with a Mystic Tomato. They attack the first tomato. You have Rush set. Tomato comes up in attack position. They attack with the weaker second monster, run over the tomato. Rush Recklessly in the damage step. Plays like that, going crazy. They tribute for a monster. Rush Recklessly. Jinzo, Rush Recklessly. Kaiku, Rush Recklessly, etc., etc. Then we got the Share the Pain engine. This is a really good card, really good spot removal. A lot of people didn't really respect this card as much as they probably should have. Understanding that, or not understanding the synergy with Sangan. Share the Pain, really, really, really good. Just good spot removal. You deal with stuff like Jinzo very easily. You just sit on the Sangan, Share the Pain. You just, it's a 0. You get to spot remove, whatever. Speaks for itself, honestly. Even as an egg one, it's still pretty good because there was very limited spot removal in the format. United We Stand, very cool, very awesome. When I saw it, didn't see it very much. Normally I had a very established board with a lot of things I was sitting on, like tomatoes, set hang, giant red, stuff like that. I don't know. I was usually, when I saw United We Stand maybe once, maybe twice, I would have 2 or 3 monsters on the fields and really make it a win more card. Double Upstart because I only pulled 2. This was the reason why I decided to go with Clown Control, because I had the Gravity Binds from the last set. I think these were in the last set or something like that, or I had triple Gravity Bind or something like that. I was playing Clown Control the last format too, but it wasn't as strong until the Yucky Bios came in. But Vengeful Bog Spirit. Oh, last set I was playing Empty Jar because I had Cyber Jar. That got banned. That's why I was playing triple Gravity Bind, because I would just mill people's decks out, just keep nuking the board over and over and over again. It was super OP because I would go Tomato, Sangan, into Morphing Jar, and then just set Morphing Jar, or Cyber Jar, win the game. Just having to nuke the field, just keep going. And I just played a bunch of set cards. Like, I think I had triple Morphing Jar number 2 as well, so I could just keep playing like that. Vengeful Bog Spirit, Stumbling. It just slowed the game down even more, and then it just allowed me to get my combos off with these Crest Clowns, Dream Clowns, etc. Hane plays going off, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Vengeful Bog Spirit really slowed the game down, allowed me to take control very easily. Vengeful Bog Spirit with an Ekibel Drake Mord, too strong, way too strong. Anyway, triple Call the Haunted, that was my big prize. I was worried about doing it, but I figured I should use it. Win hard. I should win hard as hell, because if I get this is probably getting banned, but I was like, this is too good to pass up, because how strong is, it's too strong to go to pass up Call the Haunted and Sangan, Call the Haunted and the Dream Clown. It was way too strong. I could end phase, Call the Haunted, Dream Clown, my turn, pop their card, be the best player in the game. You know what I'm saying? Double Ceasefire. I would have these games. This card also won me a match this set, because game 3 I set. My opponent set, he was playing Burn, and we just set 10 cards in the field, and then I flipped up Ceasefire, flipped everything up on the field, and I freaking did 4k damage to him or something like that, and then I flipped up my second Ceasefire and OTK'd him. He was very upset with me, but it was the best feeling in the entire world. I will say this was very, very awesome. Very good plays. Gravity Bind, because Gravity Bind, I played Clown Control. Magic Cylinder, just a card. They're not going to see it coming. Magic Cylinder was a secret or something like that, and it was super rare. And what I'm saying, with the low amount of cards in the format, people are not used to these one-off cards, and it's really hard to predict what people pulled or anything like that unless you talk to people and stuff like that. Michizuri, super strong. A lot of people in this format pulled 3. I only got 1, but my deck was packing a lot of punch, so that just this is a 1-up was just fine. Skull Lair, super, super, super strong because the game's dragged on. And this, in the late game, we were playing the old ruling where you were able to banish any card and destroy cards in the field, so you could wipe entire boards with this card by itself, which is the reason why I had MST, and one of the big reasons why I was playing double MST in the side deck. Torrential Tribute, just, Torrential Tribute. I pulled that. I'm really cool. So, a lot of the reason why I didn't want to play a lot of 4-stars is because 4-star Ladybug of Doom, I pulled the playset, and this was just a very good card going into game 2 because a lot of people were playing 4-star Beatdown because of Zombie to the Dark, and it was common, and most people pulled 3. So I just figured this was a really good card to go in game 2. I would just do the Mystic Tomato Sangan train into my 4-star Ladybug of Doom, because that would be the time they would have a lot of 4-stars established on the board, and there wasn't a lot of cards in the format to really deal with this card. So if I got through that engine, I was able to kill stuff. This is my anti-burn package. I would just set this behind Gravity Bind, set this behind Vengeful Bog Spirit, and set this behind Ekibio Drake Mord, and I would just sit there and get my life points back when they were trying to burn me. Giant Grenade, just because it's just a heavy storm or whatever. I didn't know what to side it against, if there was a lot of burn cards, whatever, if I wanted to reset my own shit, come out of my own Gravity Bind or whatever. I don't know. It was just a card, kind of anti-back row removal. No meta cross out if they were playing a lot of sets, just playing on the side. I didn't feel like it was strong in the main. Just, it is what it is. Taylor the Piccolo, I wish I had more time to talk about this, but it's just super, super, super strong. A lot of people were playing Eclipse spell cards like United We Stand. I wait till the damage, wait for the attack declaration, and then I would just change the United, for instance, the United Stand on their card, and then put it on my monster, and they would lose the battle, and they would cry very hard. This was just for set cards for burn decks. This was my anti-burn package, and that is my deck in 15 minutes. And I really, guys, I'm going to start another progression series. I hope people join. I'll release a video talking about that later. Goodbye. Thank you. Have fun. Bye, bye, bye.